Well, today we are having the 10th day of our lesson. We are done with the timing, dealing with calendars. Last time we talked how to calculate elapsed time, ending time, starting time. And we said if you want to find the elapsed time, you subtract the ending time minus the starting time. If you want to find the ending time, you also subtract the elapsed time minus the starting time. If you want to find the starting time, this is the only way that you are going to add. So you add the elapsed time plus the starting time, sorry, the ending time. So here we're going to start today with ratio and proportion. It's a very, very easy topic. Ratio and proportions and percentages. So when we say ratio, is like comparing. This is the meaning of ratio. You are comparing. So here, guys, why are you raising your hands? Is there anything? Naya? What, Naya? Yes, Naya. Okay. Don't raise your hands if we don't have questions, unless you have something like very, very important. So here, we have here ratio and proportion. It's comparing, like here you have this sheep, there is inside blue and red things. We're comparing the part of the blue to the part of the red, or red to blue. So ratios are used to compare two or more quantities, like the ingredients. If you want to make a recipe of cake, like this picture here in the middle, you know, in the recipes, some tell you if you need to use 2 eggs, 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt or whatever. If you want to make your cake larger, you're going to increase your amounts. So this is where do we use ratios. When we compare in ratios, we can compare between like quantities, like kilograms to kilograms, centimeters to centimeters, millimeters to millimeters, grams to grams, and sometimes the quantities are going to be different, unlike quantities, like kilogram to gram, centimeter to meter, millimeter to centimeter. But the point when you compare, if you compare length, you compare it to another length. If it's a mass of something, you compare it to mass of another thing. We can't compare length to mass, totally different things. But the units can be different. It's okay if they are different. Now, look at this here graph. We have different shapes, pink and blue. If you want to the total number of the parts here is 15 altogether. The pink and blue altogether is 15. Compare pink parts to blue parts. So if you look at the pink, how many pink parts do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pink parts. And the blue parts are 10. So it's 5 to 10. We use the word to, T-O, to compare. So 5 pink to 10 blue. Now here, we need here to compare pink parts to the whole number of parts. So let me see who's raising their hands. Yes, who's AF?
Teacher, I came just now.
Okay, who are you? What's your name? Hamza? Yes, Hamza. Yalla.
Teacher, I came just now.
It's okay, Hamza. Do you see the screen?
Yeah.
Type. Hamza, we need to compare here. We need to tell how many pink parts to the whole number of parts. How many pink parts you see there?
5.
5. All the number of parts, it's written above, by the way, the total number of parts is 15. So pink to the whole is 5 pink
5 to 15.
to 15. Yes, we call this Hamster ratio, and this is our lesson, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Hamza. Yalla, let's go to another one. Here we have a different example. Compare blue parts to the whole parts. The blue parts are 10, all the parts are 15. So when we compare blue to whole, it's 10 to 15. Hamza, mute yourself, please. We are still talking about the same shape. The total number is still the same, 15. We need to compare the whole parts to pink. Does it matter when we say pink to whole or whole to pink, Lean?
No.
It doesn't matter?
Yes.
How do we compare the whole parts to the pink?
15 to 5.
15 to 5. Excellent. Tablin, if it was pink to whole, as we mentioned in the previous
5 to 15.
5 to 15. Okay, we are using same numbers, 5, 5, 15, 15, but there is a big difference, Lean, between 5 to 15 and 15 to 5. The ordering in ratios is very important. It doesn't matter as numbers, but it does matter as ordering. So this is type. Compare the whole parts to the blue parts. Yes, Amira?
Yes, teacher.
Yalla, compare the whole parts to the blue.
15 out of 10.
Not
To
out
10.
of 15, yes,
To 10.
15 to 10. Yes, excellent. 15 to 10. Don't ever use out, okay?
Okay.
Type. Now we're going to learn the 3 ways that we use to write ratios. Way number 1 is using the words like how the questions were like. Now write the ratio of blue amount to the red amount. Look at the blue here. Blue to red. Blue to red. We're writing this in words. How many blue lines are there and how many red lines are there? Eunice? Eunice.
Oh, what?
Yes, Eunice. Yalla.
What?
Write the ratio of blue amount to red amount. How many blue lines do you see here and how many red lines?
7 to 3.
Yes, excellent. So we can see 7 to 3. So blue to red, 7 to 3 is one way of writing the ratio. And again, the ordering is very important when you write the ratio. The other way of writing the ratio is to use columns, the 2 dots, the columns. The columns are used instead of the TO2. So here, if you want to write the ratio of red to blue, we can write it like this in columns. So the words, the first way, you write 3, then TO 7, 2, 7, or you use the columns 3, but we put columns, but we read it 2. Still, we can read it as 2. Okay, guys, those who answered, don't raise your hands again. I'm not gonna choose you again. Type. Another way of writing the ratio is like the fraction. It looks like a fraction. Like here, again. Write the ratio of blue to red. Again, we said it's 3 to 7. Blue first, so we put the blue up in the numerator and the denominator, the number of red down. So it's going to be the blue are 7, the red are 3. So 7, we don't say 7 over 3 or 7 out of 3. No, this fraction here means ratio. So we read it as 2, 7 to 3. So keep it as is, don't change it into mixed number. You might say that 7/3 is a fraction, is an improper fraction. So I want to write it as 1 whole and 4/3. No, don't ever write your ratio as mixed number. The ratio is just ratio with part to part. Okay, yalla, I want you now to solve this. Write the ratio of red counters to green counters. Yes, Lamar?
5 to 3.
Yes, red, if you count the red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. You can write it in, طبعا we're going to write it in 3 ways. What's the difference, Lamar, between the 3 ways? How can you write? Yes.
The way of writing it.
Yeah. So we can write it by using words, TO, or by using columns, or by doing it as a fraction. 5 at the top, 3 down, because we talk about red first. Okay, thank you, Lamar. طيب, there is Muhammad Al-Qaq. Yes, Muhammad.
Yes, teacher.
Yalla, Muhammad, this is your next question. We need here to write the ratio of green counters to blue counters in the 3 ways, Muhammad.
Four to 5.
Excellent. Green to blue is 4 to 5.
You can write it. You can write it with شو اسمه letters. You can write it with 2 dots and
Columns.
Yeah.
Like this.
And you can write it like 4.
Over 5, but we don't read it 4/5. We read it 4 to 5. Yes, perfect, Muhammad. Excellent. Another one. Yalla, I'm gonna choose now Aya Al-Asir.
Yes, teacher.
Yalla, Aya, write down ratios to compare the following quantities. 5 yellow blocks to 3 red blocks. How do you write this as a ratio?
We can write 5 to 3.
You can write it as, this is it, yellow to red, 5 to 3. Yes, thank you, Aya. See, ratios are very easy. Yalla, Dan, the next one.
10 boys to 14 girls.
Yes, 10.
10 out of 14, or 10 to 14, or 10 colon 14.
Excellent, Dan. She did it in the 3 forms or ways of writing the ratios. You can write it 10/14, 10 with letters to 14, or 10 with columns to 14. Thank you, Dan. Yalla, another one here. Yes, Taysir.
50 milliliters water to 5 milliliters orange.
Yeah.
We can write 50 milliliters column to 5 milliliter orange.
Excellent.
Or we can write it like a fraction, or we can write it too.
Yes, excellent. Taysir. So here we wrote it here in this question as a fraction. Water to orange. Be careful. We started in the question talking about water. You started with water. Don't ever switch them. The ordering is very important. What you start with, put its number first. So 50 ml of water over 5 ml of orange. Okay, here, write each ratio in 3 ways. Yalla, who's gonna do the first one? Number of triangles to the number of circles. Yes, Sama Abu Salim.
Yes, teacher. Hi.
Hi, Sama.
Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3.
Triangles to circles.
Okay.
12 circles.
We started with triangles, Sama. Be careful. So you tell me the number of triangles first.
8.
8 triangles to 7 circles. If you
7
count the
circles.
circles, be careful. Those green and orange are not circles. These are ovals. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 circles. This is one way. The other way we use.
So teacher, we have to start with triangles.
Of course, told you the ordering is important. We said triangles first. You put the number of triangles first.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the 3 forms of writing this. Okay, thank you, Sama. Yes, Turkey, mute yourself, Sama, please.
Yes, teacher.
Yalla, Turkey. The second question, the number of circles to the whole number of shapes. We already found the circles in the previous parts. It's 7, and all the shapes.
7.
7 circles, yes.
And 7 to 8.
All the shapes are 8? All
No,
the
no.
shapes.
Oh, okay.
It's 28 shapes here.
28.
Yes, so 7 to 28. So you can
To
write it with,
28.
yes.
7 2 points to 28.
Yes. And
7 out of 8, but we
read
thought
it.
we did 7 to 28.
Yes, excellent. Now here we have more questions. Yalla, very quick. Yalla. Leen Abu Sabbah. Yes, Leen.
Yes, teacher.
Yalla, the first one. Yellow shapes to blue shapes.
Okay. 10, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10 to 7.
Do you have 7 blue shapes?
No, 3.
3 blue shapes, yes. So,
I counted the green.
yeah, I know that you counted the green. So it's 10 yellow to 3 blue. The other 3 ways is by using columns and using fractions. Oops. Okay, the second question here. Blue shapes to all shapes. Naya?
Yes, teacher.
Yalla, Naya. Blue to all.
Okay. It is 3, 2,
Yeah.
20
3 to
20.
20. Excellent. Yes, this is how do we write. These are the 3 forms of writing blue shapes to all shapes. Excellent, Naya. Eunice, you answered. I'm gonna lower your hand. Well, you didn't answer. I don't remember if I choose you.
لا هي أنسى. أيوة. Okay.
Mu'in, don't shout. Yalla, Mu'in.
Because I thought I was music. Okay.
It's okay. Yalla. Question 3. All shapes to green.
The green shapes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13.
All the
13.
shapes. All
لا
the
لا
shapes.
لسه. 20.
20.
2.
Yes. Green shapes.
7.
Yes. 20 to 7. And you can write it with
Above each other, like over.
fraction.
And نقطة رأسية فوق بعض.
Columns. Columns.
Yes.
You can use them. You write it with columns and you can write it as a fraction. Be careful if you write it 7/20, that's wrong, totally wrong. Okay, Ma'in, thank you. Mute yourself. Yes, Sultan. Lin, you answered. I'm gonna lower your hand. Dan, you answered. Lower your hand. Sultan, yes, Sultan.
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
Blue or green shapes to all shapes.
Yes.
Blue 3.
Yes.
All shapes 20.
Excellent.
3 out of 20, or we can write it with the columns, or with the last one. What's the name? Or a fraction.
As a fraction. Yes. Excellent. Yes. So these are the ways of writing ratios in different forms. We're going to talk quickly about equal ratios. Equal ratios looks actually like equivalent fractions, how to write fractions in different ways or equivalent. So here, let's remember how to compare fractions. 3/10 and 30/100. If you look at the denominators, we can't compare if the denominators are different. So we have 10, we have 100. We should make the denominators the same. We do times 10 times 10. So this will be 30/100. And we have already 30/100 on the other side. So these two fractions are equal. The second one, look, the denominators are already the same, 10, 10. So compare the numerators. 5 is bigger than 3, so 5/10 is bigger than 3/10. The fraction down, you multiply by 2, so this is going to be 4/6, and the other one 5/6. Of course, the 5/6 is bigger. This is called equivalent fraction. Do you simplify? Do you remember how do we simplify fractions? It's totally the same way for doing the simplest form of ratios. I'm going just to do this step. You look at 18 and 24. Find what is the common factor between 18 and 24. What can you divide them by? You can start dividing by 2, then do it in different steps, or you can find the greatest common factor directly, which is 6. So you divide 18 by 6 and 24 by 6. You get 3/4, but you have to write it as a ratio in the end. Yalla, here, we need to write the ratio of yellow blocks to green blocks. Yalla. Layan, Fude.
Yes, teacher.
Yalla, Layan. First of all, tell me, what's the ratio of yellow to green?
Okay. 2/4.
2/4. Excellent. Why it's written gray? No. It's yellow to green, which is 2. Let me just fix it. 2/4. So this is 2. I know the answer is shown, but it's okay. We need to discuss it together. So Layan, this is it, 2/4, which can be simplified to, what's the common factor between 2 and 4?
2.
Yes, so we divide 2 by 2 and 4 by 2, so you get
1 to 2.
Yes, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2, so this is the simplest form. Excellent, Layan. Let me choose different one. Aisha.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, yalla, let me choose. Aisha, are you there? Okay, عائشة يلا. Here. طبعا this is the last thing. We don't have time. We need to simplify this. Again, think of simplifying ratios exactly as fractions. 5 to 10. What can you divide 5 and 10 by, عائشة? عائشة. What? By 5, yes. So divide. 5 divided by 5 is what?
1.
Yes. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. We can see it there. Okay. Yalla. Another one. 7 to 21. Mute yourself, Aisha. Eunice again. I think Eunice. Eunice, are you there?
Yes.
Yalla, Eunice. Lean, don't raise your hand. Yalla. 7 to 21.
We simplify it.
Yes.
It will be 1 2 3.
Excellent. By dividing by how much?
3.
By
Dividing
7.
by 7.
Yes, 7 divided by 7 is 1. 21 divided by 7 is 3. Excellent. This is another one. 12 to 8. Yes, Jude.
Yes. 12 divided by 8.
Yeah.
12 divided by 2.
By
2.
2.
Yeah.
So you can divide by a bigger number.
By 3.
Okay, you can divide 12 by 3, but you can't divide 8 by 3. What is the greatest common factor between 12 and 8? You can divide them by 4.
Yeah, by 4, yeah.
Yes.
So 12 divided by 4, it's 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 8 divided by 4 is 2.
Yes, so it's 3 to 2. Yes, thank you, Jude. Sarah Sahib, yalla, we still have 2 last. Sarah, then Salma. Yes, Sarah?
Yes, teacher.
Yalla, Sarah. 6 to 15.
It has a common factor, which is 3.
Excellent.
We divide 6 by 3 and 15 by 3.
Uh-huh.
It will be 2 to 5.
Yes, 6 divided by 3 is 2. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Excellent. Sarah. So here we're done with simplifying ratios. Writing equivalent ratios is exactly like equivalent fractions. You can use multiplication or you can use division. By multiplication, you can multiply by any number you want. So see here, we multiplied by 2 or you multiply by 10. But when you divide, you just divide by common factors. Okay? So here, Selma. 12 to 36, how can you use division to write equivalent ratio? Salma. Salma, we can't hear you. Okay, so we can't hear her. So we divide by a common factor. You can divide them by 2. You can divide them by 6. You can divide them by 12, by the way, to get 1 to 3. You can divide by any common factor. So this is how we write equivalent ratios, by multiplying or dividing. So we learned today the ratios, how to simplify ratios, and how to write ratios in different ways by using multiplication. You multiply by any number you want, or by using division, but you can divide only by the common factor. That was everything for today. So, Salma, we are done. I waited a lot for you.
Unmute me.
No, hey, you're unmuted. I didn't. زمان عملت لك unmute.
No, you didn't.
I did. Next time you will answer.
Okay.
Okay, yalla, you're gonna answer the first one tomorrow. See you guys
Inshallah.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye bye. What done?
Bye.
بس كان بدي أحكي كنت رايحة أسكر الشباك ولا بلاقي لك عنكبوت.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, Lean, anything?
Teacher, tomorrow is the last class. We will
Yes.
take it.
Tomorrow is the last one. Yes.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Bye bye. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Bye bye.
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 See you.
Bye, Lubna. Lubna. Nancy.